You're insecure about your height, your race, the fact that you don't have any hair on the top of your head. You're insecure about your nipples, your hand size is too small, your penis, your fucking weird ass torso, whatever the case is. You have to actually try to conquer that insecurity. You have to try to face that insecurity head on. Because you lose nothing. That's the thing people don't tell you. You lose absolutely nothing of true value if you try to face that insecurity. Because there's only two options that you can do. You can try to conquer that insecurity, own it, right? And like find out what happens if I try to face this thing. What happens? How will I come out the other side? You may think you know, but you don't actually know until you try, right? Or you can get it fixed, right? You can try to fix it. But I promise you right now, fixing it is the easier option, and it may not also be 100% bulletproof, all right? Like, it's not like you just change your genetics if you go get cosmetic surgery, for example, right? Like, your kids are still gonna have that thing that you were insecure about, and you just tell them, oh, just go get it fixed, right? So they're gonna learn from you if you never try it, right? If you go down that path. I think trying to conquer an insecurity, because we're all created amazingly just the way we are. Like, we are amazing people. Like, you'll be surprised what your actual potential is. Even the version of you that doesn't go and get any insecurity fix, like getting height surgery or, you know, something like that. I understand 100%, but guess what? If you have insecurities, if you still have insecurities and physical insecurities, I'm only talking about physical insecurities, I promise you that sitting here feeling bad for yourself is not the way to live. You and I, like, we both have one singular life, and you want to sit here feeling sorry for yourself. That's not the way to go. It's not the way to go. It does nothing for you. And I was in the same position. I was in that same exact position where I was insecure about something, and I just sat there wasting time, feeling bad for myself, not taking any action. Until one day, finally, I was able to take action. But I'm making this video so you can take action sooner, because taking action is always the right step. Take action first, like trying to conquer it. I don't care in what degree. Just try a little bit, right? And then try a little bit more until you've like, wow, like, okay, everything I thought in my head isn't that bad. I'll give you a couple examples, right? I said a lot of funny things there, like having weird nipples, having maybe small hands, or maybe you don't like the race you are, you think, whatever you think, right? I don't know if you can notice this, but I don't have any hair on the top of my head, meaning I'm bald, right? So that was an insecurity for me personally at one point. And if you're watching this, right, you may see that I don't have hair, and you may be also going through that, right? Like, I tend to attract people who don't have hair because, like, I don't have hair myself. Cool, right? So they see something in me, and there's nothing wrong with that, by the way, if that's you. But I was insecure about that at one point. For about 4 months, I was extremely insecure and worried and concerned for like the rest of my life. Until finally, at that 4-month point, I like got fed up. I got tired, and I decided to do something about it, right? And I shaved my head. I tried to face my insecurity, to get these questions answered about the what if, right? What if, what happens? Okay, so that's what I did. I actually tried. And so many people here will just never even try, right? If you're going through hair loss, for example, they'll never even try to face that like insecurity. And I even wrote a whole book on it. So if that happens to be you, it's specifically like, that's like your biggest insecurity, like a lot of men, right? That's your biggest insecurity. I'm not telling you like you need to go ahead and buy this digital product that I made, which I'm extremely proud of, by the way. But I made a book. I made an ebook on my personal story and everything I wish I knew I had for losing your hair. So I made a book, and you can buy it if you specifically want help with that, because maybe me just telling you to try and shave your head isn't enough. So I wrote an actual book, because some people, you know, they just need more, and that's fine. Or maybe you just want to support me, right? So if that's your insecurity, like, I made a book on that topic, right? So another thing I was insecure about is height. Now, I was insecure about this way earlier. I was around 14 or 15, and after that I was able to move past this. So by the time I was 16, I was no longer insecure about my height, but I still remember being insecure about being like short, right? Because of social media and all this stuff, right? When it comes to being insecure, guys, I'm pretty sure most of you guys are guys, right? when it comes to being insecure, most of your insecurities are physical insecurities. But there's actually like this crazy thing called mental insecurities, which I'm going to get into later in the video if you watch the entire video. All right, if you like the video so far, if this is like valuable, like leave a like, subscribe to the video. Physical insecurities, usually physical insecurities, a lot of them we're born with. They're genetically caused. Some insecurities are lifestyle related, and those are like the easiest insecurities to fix because they can actually be changed. For example, like you may come from a family of obesity, and it may actually be in fact genetically easier for you to get obese. However, no matter who you are and what kind of genetics you have, there's a high chance, like a 99% chance, that you are able to lose weight. All right, you probably are able to lose weight, and you don't have like this crazy 1% unlucky genetic that you're not able to like actually like lose weight and get in better shape. There's other things like height, for example, or skin color. For the most part, you could go tanning, and I guess you could avoid the sun and stuff like that. Like if you really want to go extreme and you really didn't like the color you were, right? Like even for me, when I was growing up, I actually got bullied for being like a yellow tinted color. Like I wasn't white and I wasn't brown. I was like a little yellow, right? And people made fun of me for like being Asian. So I'll give you it, right? So there was a point in my life, maybe I was like 12 or 11, like where I was like, damn, I wish I was a different color, right? So like whatever you're insecure about, you could be older, you could be insecure about like fucking the fact that you're like a grown ass man and you still have like titties or whatever the case is, right? There's insecurities you can change and there's insecurities you can't change. But most people are just physically insecure. I'm happy to say I have 0 physical insecurities, and I'm only 25 years old, and I have 0 physical insecurities. And sometimes I'll mention that, it'll come up in conversation, and I'll tell them like, yeah, I don't care, it's okay, because I have no insecurities left. I've conquered all my insecurities. That's what I'll say. I'm not gonna say physical. After saying that, recently I realized there's also mental insecurities, and the only way you find out what those mental insecurities are, which is the next section of this video, is by doing things that you mentally doubt, right? So although I'm able to accept all the physical traits about myself, and I know that my potential is greater than what I think it is, right? Because I've already gone through that. I've learned that, wow, like life, like you don't have to be the same version of what everyone's ideal person is. Like you can be yourself, you can own yourself, and you can push yourself to amazing lengths by owning your insecurities. Like your specific insecurities that you think only affect you, I promise you that's not the case. Like you watching this right now, you have insecurities. I think you should face them, because you don't lose anything. That's the thing. Like you can still go get them fixed if you're like, well, okay, I faced them, and you know what? Like for example, you could have a crooked nose. Like I have a pretty crooked nose. Your nose could actually be like bad for your health. Like it can actually, like you have like 2 tunnels, right, for you to breathe. If your nose is crooked, one of those tunnels may not get good airflow. It's called like, I think, your septum or something like that. If you can't breathe properly, and that's an insecurity of yours, that your nose is crooked, but it also affects your health, then getting surgery actually makes a lot of sense, right? So you have to see the pros and the cons. It's a very specific insecurity that you could have, but it's an insecurity that people have. Like people who do these things, there's a reason why these are actual like procedures that people get done. Mental insecurities, like I haven't really made a video, right? There's a reason. It's because I was busy, that's one. But also, why haven't I, like, this is something I've been curious about, just making YouTube videos. And I realized making YouTube videos is a mental insecurity of mine, because I doubt if I can do it. I've had this doubt, but I know I can do it, but I've just had this lack of doubt and lack of action. So this is like an example of like what a mental insecurity is. There may be something you want to do in your life and you're not going after it. Nothing to do with your physical insecurities. It's just like a self-belief issue, which is a mental thing. It's a mental insecurity. Like you doubting, like for me, if I wanted to be a YouTuber and I'm not even trying, that means I'm mentally insecure about YouTube, and I have I'm lacking like self-belief, right? Now obviously I'm making the video, so I'm conquering that right now. I'm showing you like how you conquer something, right? If you don't know for certain, try, okay? And even if you know for certain that things can work out if you never give up, you should still try. So hopefully this video helped you, inspired you to like conquer your physical and mental insecurities, because there's mental insecurities, right? Like, there's things that we get mentally insecure about. People don't talk about that. Leave a like if you like the video, and I'll make another video soon. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.